This, we were talking about this story over there in the other room. Mo, you love this story. You had a huge, what? Mo had a huge.
I couldn't believe it. It's so.
He shot up, his head hit the ceiling.
Yeah,
but his shoes were still on the ground. His head
I'm
hit
a
the
cartoon
ceiling.
character.
Well, when you heard this story, that was your reaction.
It was pretty funny.
Poutine, not Putin. Classic Quebec dish off the menu in France and Canada. French restaurant threatened for selling fries, cheese, and gravy snack that sounds like the Russian leader. Obviously, Vladimir Putin has been all over the news recently.
Yeah,
I mean,
you don't want to be,
holy cow. Just being associated with him has had its consequences.
Yeah.
For guys like Ovechkin and others and oligarchs and such.
Mm-hmm.
And the funniest thing about this story, okay, so first of all, the pronunciation of Poutine. And for those that don't know what Poutine is, you're not supposed to say Poutine.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but I just need to describe it. This is a legendary Canadian dish originating around 1950. It started, the idea of it, in Quebec. It is French fries, gravy, and cheese.
Delicious.
Cheese curd.
Cheese curd specifically. It's like a soft. It's important because of the way it melts.
Exactly.
So, but I mean, in reality, some people might get angry, but you could add. I mean, if you just put some shredded cheese, it'd probably be pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
Good.
It'd probably be pretty good.
Nothing wrong with that.
But it would feel less fancy than to do the real thing. And now all of a sudden, I got to get this for lunch or something. Anyway. There's been an uproar about this in certain places because the correct way to pronounce it is more like Putin. If you were doing the proper Quebec/France thing.
Which sounds a lot
And
more
that's
like,
very Putin.
it's pretty close.
Putin. So there's a place called Maison de la Poutine with restaurants in both Paris and Toulouse. And it has received insults and threats following Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Now, I presume since it's a French-Canadian dish from Quebec, it might be a little bit lesser known or popular in France, right? I don't know how aware of it people are.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I don't know.
So if you went to a place called Maison de la Poutine, you might be like, what are you even, how dare you? And what are you doing putting gravy on French fries? Because it's like a regional thing.
Yeah, they're just angry about it.
I don't know. So it was born in Quebec in the 1950s, and the story tells its origins are numerous, but one thing is certain, Poutine was created by passionate cooks who wanted to bring joy and comfort to their customers. So you got to have the cold weather to invent the Poutine, right? With the hot gravy. You got to have the cold weather to even get the gravy. Can't be having the gravy in the hot weather.
That's why we love it here.
There's no such thing as gravy in the hot.
No.
By the way, there is, and I'm wrong about that, and I'm goofing. I'm joking around. They got tons of gravy in the hot weather. Well, how dare you?
No.
Make these suggestions.
It's just brown slop.
No, I remember they used to tell me. They used to say to me, in the hot climate, they're eating the soup. They used to say that to me. Because you're eating the hot soup and then the ambient temperature seems not as hot as it actually is in relationship to the soup. Hey, somebody's got to back me up on this. Is anybody that watches this show or listens to it, if you are from South America, you need to tell me if this is true at all, that in the hot climate, you're eating the hot food, the hot soups, and it's actually helping on a hot day. Somebody verify or debunk this thing, because they were telling me that. You know where they were telling me that?
What's that?
Where?
In the olden days of my life. I'm 74 years old.
Okay. Just stops right there.
I was over there in Kensington Market from time to time.
Okay.
Do you guys ever goof around and go there?
I haven't been there in forever, but
I used to go there on a regular basis because I actually had a job. I actually was like a few doors down from there. So I would go for lunch. I walk around, and there was an empanada place. You guys like the empanadas as well?
I think I know where you're talking about too.
I don't know if it's still there or not. This is 1 billion years ago. There was an empanada place, and they also had other traditional Chilean dishes, I want to say.
Okay.
And I was just talking with the owner, I believe, or maybe it was the manager at the time, and they were explaining this to me about the hot soups. Because I was like, it's hot out. I can't be. They were recommending I'm eating this thing, and I was like, man, it's boiling out. I can't eat that. And they're like, listen, and they could have been lying to me. They're like, look at this stupid idiot. Look at this stupid Canadian idiot. That's what they said. They never said that.
No.
We're gonna sell him soup on a hot day. Let's watch this idiot sweat over there.
Yeah. I believe you, man. I think there's some sort of thing with eating hot food because I know in Southeast Asia,
Let's go.
people chew on chili peppers, right? Yeah. Oh, okay. You're very surprised.
No. I
Just like randomly, just
I
chewing.
like where we're going here. I feel like we're discovering something.
And maybe it's just the spice level, but I think it might be a heat thing too.
You know, it's interesting that you brought spice into it because a lot of the spicy foods come from the hotter climates.
Yes.
Like where those peppers even grow.
Uh-huh.
Right? You go to those northern climates, it's not a lot of spice, and you might need the spice over there, but all you get is the gravy.
Sure.
Which is fine too. I mean, I have nothing wrong. But I mean, you get pepper. You get other types of sauces though. You know, when you start going for like the Portuguese chicken and things like this, you get some sauces. Yeah. I don't know if it's gravies. I don't even know what it needs to be defined as a gravy. But as you can tell, I'm a big gravy guy. Anyway, so they in this restaurant, dear clients, tonight the team decided to temporarily retire the word Putin from its trademark in order to express in its own way its profound dismay over the situation in Ukraine. The diner recently wrote on Facebook before pulling the post. The name of the dish is widely believed to come from the French-Canadian pronunciation of the English word pudding to describe the mushy medley. Although, let me speak on that.
Is that where it originated?
Let me speak on that, Guardian.com. How dare you call it a mushy medley? Because if you have the correct poutine dish,
okay,
the fry has a crisp to it.
Oh yeah,
and
cheese curds are squeaky, fresh.
Oh yes,
yeah.
They're squeaky fresh, and there's different textures going on when you eat it when it's done right. It is not mushy.
No.
I'm sure if you leave it for a while, anything's going to become mushy.
Well, yeah.
Or if you don't fry the fry correctly. But a properly done poutine, you can never describe such a thing as a mushy medley. Rude. Although they're saying the word came from English pudding anyway, so that does sound mushy to begin with. So maybe the original was. In English, differences in pronunciation mean that there can be little overlap with the Russian leader's name, but the French transliteration of Putin already tweaked to avoid confusion with the expletive, poutine. Which that's totally different. That's a totally different one, Will, before you click on it. Be careful. Anyway, let's, I don't know what's going to happen. Are they going to change the word, or can people figure this out? Or maybe people have to do it the other way and say poutine, which that would be rough anyway. People will be angry either way. You can't win. It's a no-win situation. Oh, but I do have to mention, without even being prompted, my 10-year-old has been pronouncing Putin as poutine. My 10-year-old
flipped the script.
My 10-year-old, like totally unknowingly, no conversation about it. He's like, "Is Putin gonna drop the bomb or what?" And I was like, "Hey man, like don't get these wires crossed." Although it's kind of it's not his fault. He's just
man, that's funny.
Yeah, Dad, but even really serious when he's concerned or he heard something or some kids at school were talking about what's going on, and he'd be like, is Putin really angry?
Yeah, you can't really have a serious conversation afterwards, like right after that, when he's asking that question.
No, it'll catch it right off guard. Oh, well.